And so guys like, well, Cool Kid just does great in races,
Yeah.
period. If you put bragging rights on the line or whatever behind the scenes bets are happening, he's gonna be right there at the end. I don't think I've ever seen him lose a marathon race now that I think about it.
Hmm. I don't know. He was in that Mega Man 3 race also at DreamHack, and he actually did place second to, I think it was Fast at CC. That was a really big race. So that was a really close one though.
I stand by my comment because I did not see that one.
Huh. This is really weird.
Yeah, so a lot of these runners, I think, picked up the game pretty recently. Uh, Maybe like for SGDQ or something, because at SGDQ, a whole ton of runners just kind of in the back room just picked up this game because it's such an easy game to learn. I mean, there's 5 minutes. It's hard to really push to its limits, but it's very easy to just get a sub 5 minute time. And a lot of the game is kind of just dialogue or just kind of walking from place to place. It quickly picks up, and the zips and glitches are very hard to do. And like I said, it's hard to. I mean, nobody's touched the sub 4 minute time aside from Cool Kid, so it's hard to push to its limits. But it's very very easy to just kind of get a handle on. And so at SGDQ, a ton of racers picked up this game and just kind of taught themselves a very, very cursory knowledge and got decent times. And I think that's true. I don't know when Toad picked it up. Oh, he probably picked it
He
up
did the
for,
first big 20 or second big
yeah,
20.
right, yeah. So he probably picked it up for that. I think Chelney might have learned it at SGDQ, not sure. And Cool Kid, Cool Kid was one of the first people to pick it up as well. But there have been a whole ton of runners that have played this game just because it's just an easy 5 minute run to learn. And there are tons of people with sub five times.
Yeah,
Um,
and in case anyone in chat was wondering, I think they will be playing on the Game of the Year version. So
Especially when we first, because the history of this game, basically, to go through it a bit, uh, Bad Breaks and I and a few other people as well did a blind race of this, just a random blind race, um, a long time ago, or like a year ago, somewhere around there, maybe a little over a year ago. Excuse me. And we had nobody knew that zips existed. I mean, they were there in the TAS, but um, nobody had done runs of this game really because it's a very odd game and because nobody knew how to do those zips to really shorten the game extensively. And a glitchless run of this game, or a zipless run rather, is something like 30 minutes. And Absnerdity, among other people, have done those types of runs.
mhm.
And so after that race, we really wanted to try and find how to accomplish those zips. And Dexter, interrupt me if you guys are ready. But we really wanted to figure out how to do those zips. So I wound up figuring it out. And then after that point, the game just kind of exploded, and tons of people flocked to the game. And at first, sub five wasn't just like a gimme, and a whole bunch of people started playing it. Eventually, we were able to push it to sub five. At that point, a time around 4:30 or so was a really, really good time. Just as this game was first developing, as people were first starting to get into runs of this game. And then Dexter actually, I mean, a whole ton of people started learning this. And Dexter was one of those people. He found, I believe it was an 8 second improvement to the route, which the players will be using today. And between that and just pushing the game further in general, that's what really kind of pushed the game further and further and further until finally we're seeing times that approach 4 minutes, and in Cool Kid's case, even surpass 4 minutes. So, I mean, this game is just kind of like a whole bunch of runners coming together and all contributing to the run, finding little improvements here and there, and just improving it as time went on. It's
Yeah,
going
a
to be
number
fun
a
to
number
try.
of games come to mind, that had new life breathed into them
Hmm.
just from one little thing being found. Blaster Master's like one I think that compares to
Mm,
Strider,
yeah.
where when people found the glitch with, I think it's only the European version, but that when that became a 5-minute game, a
Yeah,
sub 5-minute game
yeah,
as well.
yeah. And then a bunch of runners came to that as well, including Cool Kid.
He seems to find his way to these glitched
Yeah,
games.
he loves finding random glitches in games. And after we found the zips, he spent a lot of time, a considerable amount of time, just looking for applications and found just. I mean, there's so many things in this game that are totally useless, but a lot of fun. Like you can zip to the bottom of levels and just find these vast expanses of totally useless, glitched out areas. So he was able to find that. He found a couple zips that even after we found how to do zips, we thought were impossible in tasks only, like mid-air zips and stuff like that. He spends a lot of time on stuff like that and really trying to find applications for zips like that. So he has had a lot of contributions to this game as well.
Definitely. So it looks like we got the stream up here.
Yeah, I'm
There's-
still waiting for Chelny to. I don't know where he.
Chelny, shame.
All right, now it seems to work.
Chelny, with all the excuses in chat. I've been up for 15 minutes. You should have woken up sooner.
There are a ton of different Strider games. This NES one, I believe, is totally unique. I don't think it's a port of anything. But I mean, there are, I believe, like Strider Arcade / Genesis, Strider 2 Arcade. There's like a couple on the SMS, I believe.
You should have woken up sooner.
There's this one. They're just a bunch of very, very different Strider games. There's the new one on Steam, and they're all quite unique from one another. The arcade ones are just kind of like constant action. It's a lot more just straight up action and just slicing and dicing things, whereas this one is a lot more walking around and is actually rather story based.
Yeah, I mean, for most people, a lot of people in the speedrunning community are really only kind of familiar with this short little run, but the game itself actually does have a pretty deep, kind of intricate story to it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 7 different stages in the game. We're only going to see 3 different ones today. But there's supposed to be 7 different stages, and not even like one stage after the next. But you revisit them, like you get one item in stage 3 that lets you go back to stage 1 and do another thing. So you keep bouncing around between these stages and furthering the story. But in a speedrun, you only visit 3 stages, and like you barely speak to anyone. There's hardly any dialogue. So it just moves very, very quickly.
Yep, it's a lot of flying through the screen and a lot of high knees.
Yeah, really.
The running animation in this game.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Nice.
I'm ready. Now, how are we supposed to do the countdown?
Oh. See, everyone should be on this Skype for a countdown.
And then I'll just kick them out. First
Can everybody see the chat, the Skype chat?
Do you want me to? I think I got so I don't.
add the toad.
Do you want me to?
Okay, I'm here, but I'm
Add
muting
the
Mike
toad.
immediately.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
We just want you here for the
Hey.
countdown, and then I'll kick you out.
No.
We just want you here for the countdown, and then I'll kick you out.
Cool Kid.
Using audio from Rich's stream, right?
Yeah, you say.
Okay.
What is your #1 favorite thing about Strider, Cool Kid? Oh, maybe he muted.
No, I didn't. Yet.
Oh, okay. You're just deep in thought. And not just the zips. It can't be as simple as just saying the zips.
the Egypt, the entire level, the music,
Egypt's a good level.
the wall jumps, everything.
Unfortunately, we won't see it today. I think my favorite is the one guy in his like 5 meter booth in where is that? Los Angeles, I
Yeah,
think.
LA. He taunts you, but
Yeah.
All right, chat. Let's hear who you're pulling for. Get ready for the first race of the marathon.
Sweden
That's a good one to
loyalists.
start with. Man, these races of 4 or 5 minute games are always exciting.
More setup than gameplay.
Yeah.
It's all worth it.
So we like it.
Hey, think about how long it takes to set up for the Super Bowl. Like, you know, it's a 2.5 hour game with months of setup.
Du hör eko. Det är någon som har streamat. Någon av dem boys.
Cananophone, there won't be a 4-way soft lock. Let's not jinx everything.
Hello,
Hello, Toad.
what's going on? This event is fabulous so far.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, I'm muted.
All right.
Good luck.
Is everyone ready for the countdown? I guess.
I'm ready. Are you ready, Rich?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Just make sure that you restart your game just as the countdown starts, so that you don't get stuck in a cutscene.
Good call.
Experience.
All right, good luck.
Good luck, gents.
All right, Lucky. To do
Oh.
the countdown.
Sure, no problem. Okay, guys, good luck. We're gonna go in 5, 4, and this is on go. So after 1, not on 1, cheaters. After 1, I'll say go, and then you go. 5, 4. So again, after 1, I'll say go. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go in Strider. We're starting off with some sweet story. Couldn't tell you what it is. It's been too long since I paid attention to that text as I was mashing through it. But we're going to be starting in Kazakh. And what you're supposed to do in Kazakh is you're supposed to navigate all the way through it and find your way to this disc, which then kind of unlocks another level. You go to that level and unlock something on that level, so you go to another level, blah, blah, blah. Instead of that, what we're going to do is zip all the way to the bottom of the level and beat this boss that you're supposed to fight like 20 minutes into the game or something. And we're just gonna crank out that fight, have at it, and then go on to the next stage. So yeah, so the start of Kazakh is really just a little bit of walking to the right. The first thing you're gonna see that's kind of neat is that after they come out of this little tube, they're going to jump out of the left. They're going to jump out of it coming out of the left. You can see that walking is rather slow, but when you do kind of these wall jumps, it speeds up your character considerably. And so you really want to use just little tricks like that whenever you can. So here's the zip. It's one of the harder ones. We'll see who gets it the quickest, and it's one of the harder ones. Okay, so Cool Kid had a bit of trouble there. It looks like Risha got it first, and then Cool Kid. I'm having trouble with Chelsea's stream, but Toad just gets it as well. So the way the zip works in this game is that you basically kind of wedge yourself into the wall, and as you're walking into a wall, it bumps you in and out, in and out, in and out of it. But what you want to do is you want to pause on the frame where you're kind of bumped into the wall, and when you unpause, you crouch and face the opposite direction, so that you're kind of stuck in the wall crouching rather than continuing to walk into it, in which case you get pushed back out. So once you're crouching, you repeat that again. You kind of push into the wall for 1 frame to walk into it even further, and then you crouch again. So you repeat that a few times until you're stuck into the wall far enough that it tries to actually push you up. And it pushes you up in such a way that it loops the screen around vertically until you come out below it. And you'll see it again very soon in Australia. So just watch out for it as it happens. at the start of Australia, you'll see it actually. They'll be zipping through this little gate. The start of Australia, even before the zip, is a little scary because you have these pits of shame. And if you fall into these spikes, it's very hard to get out of it. Hopefully nobody falls into it. Oh, Cool Kid tried his little special air zip there. It's very hard to do. He's definitely only one that's going to be trying it in this race. But he is able to make it all the way through. I think Risha has a few seconds on him because he was able to do the zip quicker, but I mean, Cool Kid's right behind him, and Toad's right behind the two of them as well. And sorry, I'm still having trouble with Chelney's. I'll try and load that. But so Australia, they're doing another zip right here, and they're going to be going straight down to the boss. But because they didn't enter the boss via his proper load screen, he's just a garbled mess. And so they actually have to leave the room and then re-enter it to load him properly. Risha is still in the lead right now, fighting that boss, and Cool Kid's right behind him. Really, really close, as you would expect from a 5-minute game. So 2 levels done. We're almost done with the game already. That's how short this game is. We're heading into the third one, which is Red Dragon. But this one is the most important because there are several one-frame tricks, even besides the zip, that can gain you seconds over your opponents. So Cool Kid is really good at these. We'll see how he does, but Rish is in the lead for now. So they're going to zip straight from the beginning of this level. So you see they kind of approach this tube and just immediately are setting up for a zip. They have to get the proper alignment first, and then leaving it is a one-frame trick. I think Risha actually did the zip improperly. He had the improper setup, so he actually loaded a character that freezes your game. Basically, he had to rejoin that stage.
Did it win, guys?
And meanwhile, Cool Kid wins. Cool Kid moves ahead and wins, I believe. I'm not sure where Chelney is, but yeah, Cool Kid, you won. So congrats to you. Very, very quick game there. So now Toad is going to be approaching the final boss as well, and Risha, because of that unfortunate mistake, is going to be approaching the boss shortly after that as well. Again, so Risha actually timed the one-frame trick correctly, but he had the incorrect pixel positioning for the zip in the first place, and so he loaded the boss. Or loaded this NPC that's just a part of the story. So Toad finishes as well. I'm not sure how Chelney's doing. Let me try and catch up. So Chelney actually finished as well, I believe. Yep, so Chelney finished in third, it looks like. Yep, very close behind Toad as well. So Risha was in the lead for most of that race, actually. But again, because of that small mistake, it cost him, and he went from hero to 4. And so, unfortunately, he takes 4th place. So, but well done to all you guys. I think that was probably... most of you guys probably had sub 5-minute times. Risha might have gone a little bit over that, but solid race, guys, and well done.
How far behind me was he?
He was going into Red Dragon. He was probably like 4 seconds ahead of you, but he messed up. I think he was just pushed too far to the right, and so he loaded, Matic, I think his name is?
Yeah.
So he loaded Matic and had to warp out and go back in.
I had a really good Red Dragon.
Yeah, because you got the jump, right? You got the despawn on the story NPC guy? Or did you load it? Okay.
I got the scientist skip, and I got the frame perfect Red Dragon skip first try.
Nice. So
and the perfect
Looks like we had it at a
skip.
423.
Oh,
Ooh.
cool.
So Cool could remind me. So, I mean, there's so many intricacies to this Red Dragon zip. So first is the fact that you need to position it well in the first place so you don't load Matic as Risha did. Second is that you have a 1-frame window to exit the stage. Oh, you also need to position it correctly vertically so that you can exit so that the zip works at all. Then you need to do a 1-frame trick so that you exit at the correct time. Then you need to, and if you do that, you can finish the stage just fine. But then there's the scientist skip, which Cool Kid was able to pull off. And what is that, Cool Kid? So you accomplish the zip, then you jump out and you just time your slide correctly?
Yeah, if you do the Red Dragon zip like most people do it, you sort of store a jump that you can do in midair.
Mhm.
So you use that jump to jump over the scientist, and
Okay.
as soon as you land, you do a slide, and if done correctly, you will slide past the scientist trigger the trigger
Oh,
that
okay.
starts the dialogue.
Hmm.
Uh,
Gotcha.
it's very. I mean, I don't know. It's hard. It's a really weird trick. I don't know exactly how it works or why I don't get it sometimes, but
Yeah.
it saves like at least 5 seconds.
Cool. Well, congrats on the win, and well
Thank you.
done to everybody.
It was fun. I was really slow in Australia.
Oh yeah, I saw you try for your specialty zip.
Yeah, and then I couldn't go through the door because I haven't done that in a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, good race, guys.
All right, great marathon.